How's it going, guys? Tom here, and I figured I'd give you a quick update of how things have been going since we moved to Florida. So as you can see, I'm just chilling with my bros. Palm tree, roosters and all, pretty good times. Here I am chilling at my front gate, and as you can see, we have a really long driveway that leads to the back of the property. So it's really nice and really quiet, and we absolutely love it. As you may recall, I wasn't too thrilled about all the RV parks, so we're still RVing, but we decided to just buy a plot of land sight unseen and set up camp here. And let me just give you a quick tour. Goat pen. Second goat pen, because you can never have too many goat pens. Only thing better than goat pens are race cars, so we brought two of those too. Not sure if you can see that, but lots and lots of cocky squirrels around here that feel a little too safe for now. And here I am reporting live from the main gate of our two pig pens that we have towards the back of the property. So all in all, as you can see, this is extremely secluded. Very nice. Like, you can do whatever you want here. It's as country as it gets, and that's exactly what I like. So works for me. One of the things that's way different down here in Florida compared to what I'm used to from up north is that there's virtually no undergrowth in the woods. So you can just walk the whole property like this, and there is essentially never any brush or shrubbery getting in your way. You can literally make use of the whole property without much of an effort in terms of clearing or everything. So that's super nice. And since we're RVing, space is basically coming at a premium for us. It's like tiny living but with wheels. And I was really happy to find that the property has a carport. It's a really rinky-dink setup, but it has a cement pad under it, and so I use this for like some outdoor projects and to store tools out of the weather, and as you can see in the back, I've got whatever tires I didn't give away or wheels I didn't sell for dirt cheap up north. Everything that came down here with me as far as car parts go and so forth. You can see there's a trans chilling back there in the diff. All that stuff is currently chilling under the carport, and right next to me is the power post, and I paid an electrician to put like an outlet on there for 220 so I can weld under here and stuff. So it's gonna be a setup to get me going. It's certainly not grand, but it's workable. Those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, you've already seen this. We basically dropped a brand new shed on the trailer on the property right as we got here, because we just needed storage space. There is a home on this property, and like I said, we bought it sight unseen, and it wasn't vacant. There were people living here literally up until 4 days before we got here, and so we just thought to ourselves, well, it might be run down, but how bad can it be? We might still be able to use it or refurbish it. If nothing else, we can use it for storage, but no, I mean, it was like, swear to God, if you've ever played Resident Evil 7, that farmhouse that you're breaking out of was mint compared to this trailer. So yeah, it's gonna go. We're gonna have it demolished, but I'll give you a quick look at that too. Yeah, this is the haunted house, as I call it. This place is so disgusting. The only reason I go in it, right there, that side door, I don't even have to step in it. I just have to open the door, reach in, and I can reach the breaker box. And that's all I've done. And that's all I'm gonna do. And then it's getting leveled, because this place is gonna give you STDs. It's terrible. So yeah, next week, this place will no longer be here. And then we'll set it up as a permanent campsite for our camper. And between the shed, the camper itself, of course, the carport, I think it'll be pretty slick. Like, we absolutely love it out here. Sitting under the stars, grilling and all that has been amazing. And the good news is too, let's talk car stuff a little bit, right? It's actually like more of a drift channel that I've got going, so let's chat cars. Big shout out to this little guy. If it weren't for Starlink, we'd completely be cut off from the outside world. There is no cell phone reception here. There is no internet service available here. It's literally the boonies, which to me, of course, is wonderful because I like boonies and I don't like people. So this thing allows me to, you know, stay in touch with the world and buy tickets for drift events, that kind of thing. But yeah, speaking of drift events, let's talk about the cars. So Trusty Old Blue is on her second ever OEM clutch, and she has treated me really well. For those of you that follow along in person, not so much online because I've been pretty tardy with uploading stuff, she actually podiumed in Pro-Am, and that was such a great way to finish out the season up north, you know, and use the backup party car for competition and actually do well was absolutely amazing. Like, I can't stress how much of a great experience that was, you know, because it's been a struggle bus for the whole season, and finally making it work with the four-cylinder car, no less, was pretty awesome. And if memory serves, when I was running the finals, I'm pretty sure it was against Dan Malvasio. He did amazing all season, and he actually ended up winning a pro spec license. And I don't know exactly how, because I was under the impression there's a waiting list or something, but he's actually going to be in pro spec next season. And his final battle in Pro-Am was against this car. So I think that's pretty cool. The Mustang has spent quite a bit of time at understeer while I was getting everything ready for the move, and those boys whipped up a crazy cool looking nitrous install for me. A lot of people like to think that nitrous is like a cheap power adder, but when you go through the lengths that we went through with this setup, buy all the electronics with it, you know, and get 2 bottles in there, billet brackets, all that stuff, you know, I could have supercharged the car for the same money that I have into my nitrous setup. But we'll talk more about that once it's actually set up and tested and I have the different tunes on it, because I feel that this will give me crazy versatility when it comes to power levels, because I can literally switch between 4 power levels from the driver's seat with no downtime. It's not like I have to flash a new tune or nothing. I can literally just select 4 different maps for 4 different power levels, and I think that will be amazing. So we'll see how that works. Probably gonna first test it at Orlando Speed World. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to finish the wiring and get the bottles filled and all that for that event on Black Friday that I luckily got a ticket for. But if not for that one, then for one of the private days to follow. So I still want to test this setup out this year. But from what I've seen, most of the driving at Orlando is going to happen at the skid pad, and it's not exactly like I need 700 horsepower for that. So it'll do just fine NA. But when the time comes, this thing should be pretty spicy for the comps next season. And that's pretty much it for this update. So we're chilling here in Florida. We're loving it. All the people are so nice down here. Everything got done in time for us to make the move work. Unfortunately, I'm not able to compete in clutch kickers yet this year because I just couldn't get it lined up. You know, it was too little time for too much work, because what you guys didn't see was that this property was just cluttered with junk. So the guy that we bought it from is actually from Ohio, ironically, pretty close to where the rest of the Yeets are. And he inherited this, and there were the tenants that lived here, they were renting it, and he just decided that he didn't want to be a landlord, so he put it on the market. We bought it, we're here. But the problem was that those tenants that lived here, they did not take care of the place at all. I mean, it literally looked like a landfill. I think overall there must have been, between what the owner did, because he cleaned up a lot of the mess personally and with the help of locals, and then we continued to clean it up, I think there was a total of probably 20 40-foot trailers worth of junk that got hauled off of this property. So it literally looked like a junkyard. And not a junkyard in the sense that there were cool trucks and cars everywhere. No, I'm talking just trash, like landfill stuff. It literally looked more like a landfill than a junkyard, actually. So I'm really glad it got to the point where it is now. We're actually enjoying it out here. The kids are loving it. The dog is running around like crazy, you know, and doesn't have to worry about getting run over, because it's such a rural lot with absolutely nothing around it, nothing but privacy. And despite that, it's on a paved road, which in Florida, finding a property in the boonies that's on a paved road is a challenge. Most of them are on dirt roads, but those dirt roads aren't like what we're used to up north. Those dirt roads are like driving in the sand dunes. It's literally just loose sand, and it gets everywhere, and it makes a mess. So having this kind of property on a paved road was, I really felt like we struck gold when we found this place. So I couldn't be happier. And the way that the events are lining up, I should be able to get like 5, maybe 6 more days on track. I'm definitely going to be at Black Friday Drift at OSW. I'm thinking there's going to be 1 or 2 private days at OSW I'm going to hit. and there's an event at the farm, which I'm super stoked about because that looks to be a big blowout. Both of those events I mentioned are sold out, and yeah, I'm just hoping to meet a lot of cool people to rip skits with. So, fingers crossed.